Wrapping up Black History Month with the spotlight on a small television station in Detroit that had helped to amplify Black voices.
This is so cool. WGPR-TV was the nation's first Black-owned and operated television station, and our Alex Perez sat down with some of the industry forces that got their start there. Take a look.
Big City News. News and information for the urbanite.
For 3 decades, WGPR-TV was Detroit's go-to station for Black news and entertainment. Created by late businessman and attorney William V. Banks, WGPR-TV first hit the airwaves on September 29, 1975. Its goal? To combat TV's lack of representation.
Our reasons for entering the TV media was in order that Black people might give the interpretation of their culture, which is not given and could not be given by anyone else.
Throughout the years, the station opened many doors for African Americans in broadcast until its last show in June 1995. To honor its legacy, the old station now converted into a museum. And for this year's Black History Month, former WGPR-TV employees reunited at their old stomping grounds to reflect on the history they made.
So walking in here, what was it like?
It's crazy. I mean, we're in the actual building where I started my career.
Before you ever saw her on 90 Day Fiancé, Shawn Robinson was cutting her teeth as a WGPR-TV intern and eventually hosted her own show at the Detroit station.
And welcome back to Strictly Speaking. Now, we have already talked about single people who are dating people of another color.
I remember I was written up in the local Detroit News, I think it was, as Detroit's own Oprah.
That was you. That was you.
Well, minus a few $1 billion.
I'm so glad that part of my roots are in this place.
Good evening. This is news and information for the urbanite, and here's what's happening.
As a reporter of the station's most popular daily news show, Big City News, Denise James focused on Detroit, not just its mostly white suburbs, pushing to showcase a different side of the city.
It helped me understand that my voice is needed at the table.
Another fan favorite show, The Scene, Detroit's version of Soul Train, featuring guest artists from Stevie Wonder to George Clinton to the Four Tops.
They put together a show that gave young kids from Detroit a chance to come in and showcase their talent as young dancers. I was fresh out of college. I was working as an intern in the newsroom and got an opportunity to also work on the program.
Many careers took off from this small station on East Jefferson.
It was at that station that I learned the importance of being able to write and to being able to communicate.
Well, fortunately, I must say I work for a Black organization, WGPR.
When I first came here, I had come from one of the other stations in the market.
For 20 years, Joe Spencer worked at WGPR-TV and is one of the brains behind creating the museum, which opened 6 years ago.
It's my dream, my vision, that when people come to Detroit, they have 3 significant cultural institutions to see. One is the Motown Museum, the other is the Charles H. Wright African American History Museum, and the William V. Banks WGPR Museum.
Look at Joe. When you come in here and you see all of these pictures and the equipment and the awards and newspaper articles, you can't help but feel very proud.
WGPR is part of our history. It's part of the legacy of who we are, how we became who we are.
We should never lose sight of the fact that this was the first Black-owned and operated television station in the country. That means something.
The founders, the museum founders, it took them 2 years to collect all of the memorabilia for this. That's how much was there for that.
So much history.
So awesome.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.